Kathy Kelly tries to interview the New Day backstage, and Kathy Kelly words it about how they publicly berated Big E and they take issue with this biased question, and they swipe the camera from Stu. And then we get a very unique entrance into the arena where Xavier Woods is shooting Kofi. Joe Tessitore, Woods has camera 6. That's Woods with Stu's camera. Now, they do a lot of these where the camera follows the talent in. They did a change of this with Woods. I also thought this was a really clever way for them to come out without music and not have the need for it. They shouldn't be coming out to their old theme, and maybe they don't even have a new theme prepared yet. But I thought it was a clever way around that, where no one would have noticed this, as opposed to them walking out here to silence. So they come out and, I mean, they don't even have to talk, and you already know the success of last week's segment, because this crowd, like the crowd in Wichita, they were fine. They were really kind of checked out for that women's three-way we just talked about, but my God, did they save all their energy up for these two. They are booing them incessantly. Like, this is not quite the peak Dom level, but it wasn't too far off. Like, they could not have asked for a better reception. And going into this segment way, I wouldn't have considered it a slam dunk that a crowd was going to so vociferously boo the New Day, even after last week's segment. Like, I would have thought, like, it's a risk. We might go out there, and this segment, as we have laid out, it may not play to what we're hoping it will be. It's based on the crowd, and they just keep trying to talk. The crowd is booing them down. Kingston is stating, after 10 years of positivity, this is how you're responding after one day? And the crowd is chanting for Big E. Kofi defends, saying, hey, we could have taken a chair to his back. We could have taken a sledgehammer to his neck. And they continue to chant for Big E. And finally, they just give up and leave the ring. They were excellent. This crowd was great. And I thought this really validated last week's segment. Like, in a bubble, last week was a tremendous segment, but it really was the heat necessary to get this New Day heel act off on the right foot. And this was, I couldn't imagine you'd be more satisfied than if you were Kofi and Xavier Woods after this segment, and how the crowd, and you'll get crowds now, they're going to follow suit with this. I think this will be the case in all the cities. They now know how they're supposed to react. And I thought this turned out great.
Yeah, I thought this was a good follow-up. You know, this was essentially there to train future audiences, to give them the Dominic Mysterio, Don Callis effect, and it prolongs also the anticipation for their explanation, which I think is fine. They could tease us with that a little bit longer. I was somewhat maybe hesitant to with this direction last week, because in the end, I wondered if I was going to be that much more interested in seeing the New Day stay a tag team, because what are they going to do, win the tag team titles again? What I saw tonight gave me hope that they can still be together, but transcend the tag team division in some ways, and that was primarily through their association with Cody Rhodes. I'm really hoping that that wasn't just, you know, like two ships passing by, you never kind of see them interact again. I think there's a lot of possibility with the New Day at this level of like heat, potentially like being strong enough to do something with Cody Rhodes in a tag team situation or a single setting with either of them. So
is there any potential of, because remember when Kevin Owens constantly talked about turning on people? Everyone deserved it except for Kofi Kingston. I mean, he would always put the except Kofi Kingston, and you do have this Cody Kevin Owens match on Saturday. It's a possibility that you could have
that Kevin Owens joins the New Day.
That you could have at least some like subtle affiliation between them. I think it's really early for that. I would like to see Kofi and Xavier just kind of do their own thing, because they're pretty hot right now. I don't think you need to be adding things, but you know, they did dangle this here, and you do have that program going on, and
you have Big E somewhere. But at this point, I am really expecting him to come in to at least help us tell some story in whatever capacity, whether as a wrestler or as a manager for somebody else. There's a lot of potential there. So yeah, this was a good first.
I thought the segment was great. I really enjoyed it.
If you like this video, consider joining our Patreon, the Post Wrestling Cafe. Multiple bonus podcasts every week, ad-free shows, and access to our full archive. Otherwise, a like and subscribe is much appreciated.
Thank you for watching.